So you'll want to change your oil, huh? So you want to do an oil change on your push mower. This one is a Craftsman 625. They are almost all identical as far as amounts of oil used. This one's a Briggs & Stratton engine. Just get yourself a container to catch the oil in and then some new oil. The owner's manual calls for 30 weight, but you can use 5W30 or 10W30. Just make sure you check the dipstick, which is right here. Every now and then you got to check that, and you should be between those two dots, maybe at the top end. You don't want to go below or above. Pull the dipstick out, wipe it down, and set it aside. And I actually flipped this on the wrong side. If you have your mower angled this way, that makes a lot more sense, because this is where the oil comes out. And we're going to tip it right into this container. Grab it, come on over and just kind of crouch down with it. I'll show you close up what that looks like. It's just draining out slowly but surely. So honestly, that is all there is to draining it. You tip it maybe a little further, shake it a little bit. When you re-add oil to it, keep checking that dipstick, and the manual does not say. This part talks about draining all the fuel first and disconnecting the spark plug. It also says to remove the engine oil cap and to tip the mower on its side. And this part just tells you to wipe off any spilled oil and to slowly pour it in there until you are at the full mark of the dipstick. It doesn't give you an exact capacity for it. Get yourself a small funnel and put it in the opening for the oil. And then we're just going to pour a little bit in at a time, and we'll keep checking. Pouring a little bit in. I already had put a little bit in, but we're going to check it. The first time you might check it, it could look like that, where it looks like it's way overfilled. But sometimes that's just because it takes a little while to settle. So give it, I don't know, give it 5 minutes. Check it again. Every time wipe off the dipstick, because otherwise you're just going to think you have too much every time, but it might have slowly gone down and changed. Perfect example of why you check it a few times, because that really doesn't look like there's that much in there. It's kind of, initially it looked like there was plenty, then there's not. So I'm going to add a little more and check it again. So I did pour more in. I checked it a couple times and I ran it, let it sit there for about 10 minutes, wiped the dipstick, checked it again, finally got it to where it was right at the top of that second dot.